Good morning everyone, my name is HMU. It's my pleasure to be here today to present along my research on causes of admission and in-hospital mortality among patients admitted to critical care illness in primary and secondary hospital in Vietnam, a multi-center retrospective study in 2018, and my supervisor was Dr. Vukuda. My presentation consists of 4 parts: introduction, methods, result, discussion, and conclusion. And now we will come to the first part, introduction. From the burden of disease, we can identify diagnosis of mortality and admission for providing prevention plans. So, according to WHO in 1990, the non-communicable disease were accounted for 42%, and due to population aging and change in distribution of risk factor, it was 60% and predicted to 66% by 2030. From Vietnam Health Statistics Yearbook, the burden of disease in Vietnam have been changing from the communicable disease to non-communicable disease. And here's a 3 top listing causes of admission and mortality in Vietnam in 2017. You can see the rate of respiratory system were very high in both admission and mortality, and the rate of deaths were circulatory system were the highest with 22.64%. Emergency department contribute positively to the outcome of patient, and they were determined by human factor and facility factor. So the provision of medical treatment were different among emergency department. So why is this study needed? The sample size were big and representative, and few published study about the disease burden in Vietnam were done many years ago, only based on the data of a clinic or a hospital. And this study had 2 objectives. The first is to identify the burden of disease and rearing faster according to critical care admission and mortality in Vietnam in 2018. And the second is to have a basis for developing treatment and long-term prevention plans in more effective in the future. So the bacteria methods. This was a retrospective study on episode 23 critical care illness to selected provinces and district hospital in 5 provinces: Thái Nguyên, Hà Nội, Hà Nam, Con Tum, Cần Thơ to represent 5 geography in Vietnam. And the time of this study was done from January to December 2018. Data were collected from electronic hospital management system, and eligible admission has 74,511 episodes of admission to CCUs. About definition, diagnosis of individual patient, ICD-10 codes were translated manually to ICD-11 codes using WHO mapping tables, and data analysis were performed by using SPS statistic version 20. We use disparity analysis, frequency, median, interquartile range, T-squares, and O-radio, and 95% confidence interval. About consideration, the institutional report in Harvard University approached the study without the need for individual consent, and the study was funded by the Vietnam WHO Country Office. The corresponding author has full access to submit the publication. In the result discussion, I will show you 5 figures and 1 tables. In 2018, there were 74,511 episodes of admission to CCUs, corresponding to more than 60,000 individual patients. And the majority from district hospital with 83.3%. Overall survival patient to hospital discharge were 96.7%, and a very small number of patients in death or deterioration. The burden of admission were fluctuating across months and mostly driven by respiratory and certain infectious disease. The top 4 more diagnoses were respiratory disease with 22.8%, followed by circulatory disease, low classified symptoms such as certain infectious disease. About figure 3, diagnosis on admission to CCU by age group. For the patient under 10 years old, the respiratory disease and certain infectious disease accounted for 74%. And the reason was that the children's immune system were susceptible to respiratory infections, house warming, and birth and smoking environments. For the patient from 11 to 40 years old, the most common cause were pregnancy troubles and injury worsening. As for the patient more than 41 years old, respiratory disease and circulatory system disease was a leading diagnosis in CCUs. You can see in the figure 4 a few categories like disease of the nervous system and the chronic nutrition, metabolic disease, and injury worsening were significantly higher in provincial hospitals than in district hospitals. And the reason was that in provincial hospitals has an organized approach to traumas and higher level of facility to diabetic care and nerve emergencies. And especially the rest of pregnancy, childbirth, and breviarium were physically higher in district hospitals than in provincial hospitals. And in the number of patients, there are three groups. Highest was for the children under 5 years old, with 50.7%. For the patient from 50 to 70, and for the group patient more than 90. And the inhaler mortality was increased gradually by the growth, and after for the patient after 80 years old, a large rise in the number of patients. So you can see in this table, the top 3 causes of mortality in was cerebral vascular disease, lung infections, and molecular diagram and or multi-vascular disorders, with total 35.3%. And the most common disease was the respiratory system group. This result was similar to other nanometer in the countries. And in this slide, I have given some important results I have just present and discussed. And from our study, we found out 3 conclusions. The first is to decrease the risk of respiratory disease. We should raise awareness of health care and prevention in training season, especially for children and elderly. The second is the emergency department district hospital needs to be equipped to higher level of facility. And the standard for emergency departments to be discussed clearly is by healthcare provider, policymaker, and communities. And the final conclusion is in developing countries, emergency departments to be invested and developed by disease prevention and health promotion, especially in Vietnam. So that's in my presentation. I would like to give a huge thank to everyone to your attention, and a special thank to my supervisor, Dr. Vũ Quốc Đạt. Thank you for listening.
Okay, thank you for the presentation. Now it's time for